Okay, so whether a report is informational or analytical, there are a few things that are common. For example, purpose statement, introduction, and body. The the things that come after them may vary. If it is informational, it will have a summary. If it is analytical, it will have a conclusion and recommendation. But remember, these three things will remain common. Okay, so now let's talk about them in detail. What is purpose statement and how do we write this? In purpose statement, you need to have two things. The first thing is to mention whether the report is an initiative of your own or it is in response to a request, directive, instruction by someone in authority. So, for example, both situations can be there. You felt something in an organization happening and you would like to report it to the higher authority. So, that will be initiative of your own. Nobody asked you to write a report. But if your higher authority, any of the bosses, asked you to draft a report, so that will be in response to a request, a directive, or instruction. So you have to keep such words in the purpose statement that make it clear whether it is initiative of your own or someone has asked you to write this report. Second thing which your purpose statement should tell us is that a clear understanding of why a report is written. What is the purpose, basic purpose of writing this report? Okay, and remember, when we write this report purpose statement in a report, we do not give heading purpose statement. We just write these two to three sentences. A sample is given. For example, this report is written upon your instructions to give you a detailed account of the recent employee orientation and employee development seminars that I attended in an attempt to develop my skills in accordance with the need of the job. Now, if you see, both requirements are fulfilled in just one long sentence. First is written upon your instruction, so it is not an initiative of my own. And second, why I'm writing this, to give you a detailed account of all of this. Okay, so you should be able to identify what is the matter with the report. Okay, so for example, as per your directive, I was asked to provide my reflection, which means someone has asked you to write this report. The finance department of Attack Petroleum has always worked for the smooth transfer of salaries to all employees. Keeping in view the problem suffered by few of the employees in the salary process, the department itself has drafted this report. So which means there is no mention of anyone's directive, which means that it is a self-initiated report. Okay, and you can keep this term in the purpose statement. So this is how this purpose statement is drafted. Remember, there is no heading given for this. but for introduction but for introduction, we do give a heading, and the heading is given in capital letters like this is given. Obviously the numbers are not written. The introduction sets the stage for the reader. It should give two things to the readers. For example, first is the context or the background for the report. Now, what is the context in which the report is written? And secondly, a clear indication of what they can expect, a plan of development. If you have studied a course of creative writing, you might be familiar with this plan of development which we write in our introduction. Let's come to a sample. For example, this is a report. Now, for example, if you read this introduction, in pursuit of preparing myself for the job of assistant performance manager for which I am newly hired, the organization gave me a comprehensive employee orientation and development seminars to attend in order to learn the specifics of the job and to start contributing to this organization at my earliest. Now, this is the context in which basically the report is written, a sort of background that you have to give in order to write a report. And if you see this, these are the two paragraphs that you have to indicate in the introduction. I was given one comprehensive orientation and participated in two seminars, each one employee organizational culture match and performance upgradation. Now these plan of development headings will work as the headings for your body paragraphs, as you can see here. Orientation, first heading, seminar on employee organizational culture, and seminar on personal upgradation. Now this is what we call simple introduction for the report.